7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's start right out. Hey, what happened?
Hi, guys. Welcome. Hi there, everybody. Welcome. My name is Dean. Welcome to the program. It is the end of the week, and we're fucking mailing it in today, which is going to be fun. Fridays are one of those days where it's like, hey, listen, what videos made you laugh? What did you do this week that could have got you arrested? And let's vent. There'll be a little bit of all that today. Anyway, welcome to the program. My name is Dean. Greg Bondzarelli. Bondzee is here at Bondzee live on Twitter or Tripping with Bondzee on YouTube. You can check out his podcast there as well. Lachlan Cross joins us from 95.7 Cruise FM in Edmonton. At Lachlan Cross on Twitter. Hi, fellas.
Follow me,
How are
I'll
we?
follow you back.
Yeah, follow Lachlan. He'll follow you back. Follow
I have no
Bondzee, he'll
rules.
follow
I'm
you
not
back.
a millennial.
Yeah.
I didn't think I invented the internet.
There's a lot of people that think that like, because I don't follow everybody back that follows me because it'd be ridiculous. I'd be following like 100,000 people. And so I tend to just follow and it's not like a blue check mark thing. I don't go, oh, I'm just going to follow the blue check marks. But I tend to follow people that don't agree with me almost as much as I follow people who do agree with me. You know what I mean? Like, not the crazy fuckers. Like, you know, when you put something up about vaccines being important, and some guys like, I disagree, vaccines are not important, I'd be like, go fuck yourself because you're an idiot. But like, if I said something like, all bald men look the same, which is true because James and Bondzee look exactly the same, and someone's like, I disagree and here's why, I'd be like, I'll follow that person because they have a dissenting opinion of something that means absolutely nothing. But I'd like to know more.
You don't want to get into your own, what do we call it?
I don't want to operate in a silo.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You said that a couple weeks ago because we were talking about the blocking versus muting, and you brought up a fucking fabulous point. You said, hey, listen, do you want to operate in an echo chamber? Is that what you want to do, Dean? Do you just want to work with people that agree with you? And I'm like, ideally, yes.
Well,
but then I realized after we had a conversation, I'm like, you can't do that. But there's a fine line because the people that disagree with you about, you know, life-saving vaccines and, you know, wearing masks, now we got this new variant. I don't know. Have you heard of this new variant that's running around? Omicron. Have you heard of this one?
I heard about
South Africa.
Today,
Yeah. And well, you can't disagree with science. So like, I kind of operate.
Hold on. Yeah, you can.
Oh, Bondzee, you're still.
Sorry.
Can't hear you. There you go.
There we go. Yeah. I was just going to say, I'll tend to disagree with that one. There's some people here that, they argue with science.
Do they ever? You're down in Arizona.
I am.
Bondzee is doing American Thanksgiving down in Arizona right now. Where in Arizona are you? And what is the name of the RV celebration park that you're at?
Do we want to say that?
I'm not saying exactly. I'm in the vicinity of the Phoenix area.
Yeah.
I won't give the name of the place I'm at.
Why not?
Because he may be being hunted.
Hunted still by Reggie.
Are you still being hunted by Reggie?
No, I haven't heard from him at all. I saw them watch my show the other night, and then again on Wednesday. I'm trying to keep it. They don't need to know exactly where I am.
Right. So anyway, you're on the run from Reggie still, but you're in Arizona. You're in the desert, and
don't feel bad about that because he's killed people. I think you're doing the right thing here.
2 people shot 3, killed 2.
Yeah.
But you're doing American Thanksgiving in America, like right now, today. It's Friday. There's American Thanksgiving going on. I watched a full day of football yesterday. It was great because the Lions lost again, like in a fucking last second.
Can't win,
fuck, they're terrible. And then I watched the Bills beat up on the Saints, which is a lot of fun. And I was also at the same time watching you in your Twitter feed at Bondzee Live. And the shit you were doing, and I'm like, that's a different fucking world down there.
It's my first time in America for Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
and my first time in sort of a. I don't think they'll be offended by me calling them rednecks. I mean, it's a redneck community, and they fucking love it, and I love them. They're fascinating people. There ain't a soul here that ain't packing heat, whether it be in the form of a handgun or an AK. They've got it all. They got the ammo to go with it. They've got listen, the amount of food we had yesterday was spectacular. They know how to do it here in the desert, and it's a big community that these guys got. The Trump flags are everywhere. The fuck Biden's flags are everywhere. Go Brandon. That's a huge thing here.
I still don't know what that is.
It's code for fuck you, Biden. It's 100% what it means. It's code for fuck you, Biden.
Yeah, that's all it means. Yeah, it's fuck you, Biden. It's like the people that fucking hate Joe Biden, all the Trumpers. Let's go, Brandon is basically code for go fuck yourself, Joe Biden. And poor old Joe's just kind of sitting there in a man diaper going, what? I'm just trying to do my best. What's happening?
But I don't know why. I like normally when they have like a pun or there's something creative, twist of words. That doesn't make any sense to me. There's got to be some math or something on it.
It started when they overtook the White House, or not the White House. Remember when they all stormed in and
insurrection?
January 6th.
That's the Capitol building.
From what I understand, that's where it all started from. Buddy stood up and was like, "Let's go, Brandon." And it stuck. It became code for basically "fuck you, Biden" or "fuck Biden," and it's everywhere here. They got T-shirts, hashtag FJB. It's fascinating stuff. The amount of flags and they've got them everywhere on their four-wheelers, their razors, and it's quite.
They're like way. I mean, we have some issues in Canada. Like we got a lot of shit we need to work on. I mean, we're being run by a complete dill hole, and the only reason he got in is because there was another dill hole standing there going,
"Yeah,
I'm not as
the
big
other
as
dill hole was more incompetent than that dill hole."
Yeah, so we put the dill hole in that we knew, right? Like
the lesser
down
dill hole.
there, man. It's close. I would say at least once a week on some form of media that I watch from the United States. That's generated in the United States, somebody talks about whether it's a podcast, it's a news channel, it's a debate, whatever the hell it is, somebody brings up civil war. Like it's on the tip of their tongues down there.
Oh yeah.
And it's understandable. They are so divided right now. There is no common ground. And it is all, the thing is, the irony of it is that it's all man-made.
Mm-hmm.
They did it to themselves. It was all, it's their own fault. It's their news structure. It's everything. They've created this divide, and they don't know how to get back. It's hopeless. It's completely
You're not wrong,
hopeless.
Locke. We had this conversation last night. It's funny that you brought this up. They are so divided here. It's shocking. And they are on the brink of another civil war. They talk about it. It's a real.
What do they talk about when they talk about civil war, Bondzee?
Well, they just said it's almost inevitable that it's coming because their country's so split here, and they all my new friends over here, they're ready and they're ready to go. Whereas I think the other side, not so much. These guys are fucking loaded for bear, and they're pissed off people, and they want their country back. They want their rights back.
So do you get the feeling, because I was thinking about this the other day, they haven't lost anything. They just think that they have, right? Like these are the same, these are the it's happening to me people, right? Like we talk about this all the time. There's two sides to this. There's a side of the people that are just fucking getting on with it. Locke's first beer of the weekend, happy to be a part of it. No, fourth, fifth. Third.
I had a couple with Jimmy.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Anyway, these are the people that say, this is happening to me, and God damn it, it's not happening to me on my watch because this is America. And we were talking about that the other day, right? But there is legitimately a massive portion of Americans that want nothing to change, right? And because they want nothing to change, and someone's like, hey, listen, we got to evolve as Americans. You're going to have to fucking start believing in something other than yourself and your God. Exactly, they're not, because they literally still think this is happening to them. That's what this is. And so because of that, there's a large portion of America, and I feel this, Bondzee, specifically when I look at some of the pictures you've been sending and posting on your Twitter feed at Bondzee Live. I get this feeling that these people are totally okay with dying for this imaginary cause. Like that's they're not just okay with it. It's almost like there's some pride that we're gonna fucking stand up for the way things were, and we're not giving back anything we have. Is that right?
100% right. They do feel that their constitutional rights and their freedom have been taken from them.
Yeah. But what? Like how? Like it happened when Trump was in power. COVID hit when their fucking savior, the one they've got flags blowing for, he's the one that shut the country down.
Yeah.
Somehow he's convinced them that it wasn't his doing.
And here's
it didn't
the thing.
happen
He's the
before
guy that also
2016. So how the fuck did things change? Like, what happened? Did things get worse when Biden? No, they got better. Things started to open up. It's fucking maddening. It really is. Like, I mean, listen.
And they think that's all part of the plan, though.
I'm not liberal. I'm not conservative. I'm down the middle. I hate them all. I'm getting so much angrier at politicians. Like, on a daily basis, I get more and more pissed off about our public officials, the decisions they make. Kenny launched the fucking new QR code. The fucking webpage crashed. Everybody that downloaded shit was getting wrong information. They were getting like Jimmy got somebody else's name and fucking and now his QR code doesn't even work. It's a fucking, like, they can't do anything right. They're all fucking idiots. Every single last one of them. But the thing that drives me crazy is the hypocrisy of these people. They can't fucking see past their own noses. And it's not just in the States, it's in Canada. Like, you got this fucking asshole Chris Sky pissed off that he can't go into the fucking mall without a mask on. Fuck off. It's everywhere. Tyranny. It's the whole fucking world, you dick. The entire fucking world shut down. This isn't anybody. I don't like Trudeau. I'm not blaming COVID on him. The pandemic isn't the politician's fault. You didn't lose your job because of fucking Biden. You lost your job because of the pandemic. You're still allowed to buy a fucking arsenal of fucking, and you're driving around in a fucking ATV in a fucking park in the middle of the desert. What fucking rights did you lose? Bring that up with them. Bring it up with them, Bondzee.
Well, they're upset that when they go to California, the neighboring state, I don't know if you know this, but anywhere you go in California, there's almost like you're crossing into a different border, like a border crossing. They got people there. Do you have guns with you? Do you have this and that? And because you're not supposed to bring them in technically. And they all fucking say, yeah, I do. They lay them out and go, here you go. Look, here's all my ammo too. And they're like, oh, pull over. And they're like, not pulling over. It's in my constitutional rights to have these, to bear arms in America.
And they keep on going. About this?
100%.
Are you dead sure? So there's a border crossing in California.
Is that what they were saying?
And
is that what they told you?
They're taking their guns away.
No, they're not. That's the point.
They're
not.
Just
going, fuck, take off.
They're saying this. They're telling these stories. They want you to
pull over if you admit to having guns and stuff. And a lot of people, they do pull over because they're scared. But my friends over here,
do you want these people armed? Honestly, do you feel armed. Safe, Bondzee?
Yeah, I really do. No, I'm not. I feel safe because I'm a nice guy. I'm not going to go.
Of course, he feels safe because he's friends with the people with all the fucking guns.
Hell yeah, right? Dude, I feel I'm in the safe. I feel safer now than this whole trip.
Yeah, all these lunatics are buddies with Bondzee. Because Bondzee's like, he's embedded with these American RV troops that are running around. And we were talking about it before. It's not just a bunch of degenerates running around. There are, like, Bondzee was telling me earlier, there's like groups. There's like Facebook groups of RV people that are very specific. Like, there's sexual orientation RV groups. There's like, left-handed RV groups. There's
they're all over the entire desert out here. Driving from California to here, you will see communities. In the fucking
like caravans?
Yeah, like off the highway, but right there, visible. Just one RV after another, fifth wheel, some campers, some newer, mostly older ones like you see out of the Griswolds and stuff. But they are everywhere out in the desert. So can't afford homes anymore. The prices here are crazy. The price of gas is through the roof. Like a 6-pack of chicken is like $12.
See, you know what? That's what they should be mad about. They should be mad about the separation
Well,
between
they
the rich and the
blame
poor.
Biden because the gas prices weren't like this when Trump was in. The food prices weren't like this when Trump was in. And now ever since Biden's in, everything's just gone through the roof
It's
here.
fucking, you know what's amazing to me is
that
that those people that you're talking about they hate Joe Biden for leading them out of the medical wasteland they were in.
they don't see it like that.
Well, I know they don't because they don't believe any of this is real, right? Like most of the people you talk to are like, yeah, fucking COVID isn't real. So they ignore the science, they ignore fact, they ignore double-blind studies and peer-reviewed studies and have no time for them, right? Forget about it. Where they focus their anger is expensive drumsticks and gas. Like, holy fuck.
You know what,
That is like,
I'll say
that,
this.
that's like the dumbest. Those are the dumbest human beings on the fucking planet, if that's the case. Like, if their biggest issue is the fucking gas and the chicken and the fact they got to wear a mask, give me a fucking break.
Dean,
like,
Dino,
dude,
our countries are being mismanaged. They are.
Well, we know that.
They're
Of course
fiscally
they are.
irresponsible.
Yeah.
Like, they're spending like drunken whores up here. And they're writing checks that we can't cash. That's what I would be upset about. The blaming Biden for the pandemic and the lockdowns
or the price of
and
chicken.
the result of what's happened as a result of that is asinine. Blaming your public officials for the cost of things going up, that makes sense to me because there's things they could have done. There's things that they did. There's unintended consequences. They created a welfare state in Canada. They gave everybody $1,000 check every 2 weeks or whatever the hell it was, and half the damn country quit their jobs.
Yep.
And then they kept it going way past when they should have. Businesses couldn't keep their doors open because they couldn't hire people to actually come and work for minimum wage. Why am I going to work for minimum wage when I can stay home and play Xbox and get a check every month? Like they made massive mistakes, and they did it down in the States too. There were some handouts, not as
not
bad.
like this though. Not like we got
like
big
Canada.
time handouts. They got nothing. Like
We got screwed.
America is a welfare state, and what Bondzee's talking about, and it comes out in his pictures. Like a lot of these people are on the lam for a couple of reasons, and one of them would be that they fucking can't afford to live in suburban America, right? So they buy RVs and they wheel around. And that, sorry, Bondzee, go ahead.
If I may, though, the community that I've been hanging out with, and they've been beyond generous with me, they're all professionals. They are here for, this is their spot for their Thanksgiving. They've been doing it for, I think, 10 years coming here because it's got a lake. It's got a lot of stuff here. But they all have homes. And I went to one of them today. I went into town with Buddy. He had to get something from his house. I went and picked up some weed. And this guy, they're professional people with professional jobs. Now, I've met other people here that, yes, they are strictly here to live in RVs. They can't afford, or they just choose not to have a home anymore, and they live out in this sort of community and with where they can do whatever they want, kind of whenever they want.
Like fucking gypsies. Right?
Yeah, it's
that's the
fascinating
gypsy
stuff,
community. But then there's people that actually have dough that are like, hey, fuck, we love coming out to the middle of the desert to shoot guns and ride ATVs and drink moonshine. Let's get to some of these pictures.
I mean,
what is
we
this,
gotta see some
Bondzee?
of this stuff.
Yeah.
What is
this?
That's peach moonshine and apple moonshine.
Okay. How was it?
Delicious.
Did you try it?
Of course I had to.
Did you get shittered on it? Is it one of those moonshines that makes you blind drunk after like one glass of it?
No, it's not. It's not as strong. Now I've had moonshine one other time where it would there was no flavor to it. It was like straight alcohol. This has got a lot more work went into it. It's actually delicious, pretty potent. I mean, I think I only had 3, and after that I was pretty gibbled, feeling fine.
Gibbled.
One of the other pictures you sent was of the pie. Like one of the things that I've been amazed at is how welcoming this group of weirdos is, right? Like it's you just kind of wheel in there in your tour bus and you're eating pumpkin pie and turkey with these guys. Like, look at the pecan pie they put out. It's fucking unbelievable.
9 pies. I think there was 4 or 5 different turkeys cooked in different ways. Then we also had, I think, 3 hams that were also cooked in different ways. And then
any vegetables?
Side dishes. There was a couple of vegetables. I saw carrot. I had some carrots, actually.
It's America,
it's amazing.
dude.
Tonight is taco night over there, and then my other buddy, who you're going to play some videos of, and this guy's a real beauty. It's a big chicken wing party over there tonight. So yeah, these guys have been so opening and welcome, and
that's the thing about that. Like I'm watching these videos. Like let's check out a picture of Bondzee standing in front of someone deep frying a turkey. There you go. Look at that. But like like people have been so welcoming in that community. Like we chastise them all. We make fun of them all because obviously they're doing the dumb thing. But I'm shocked at how fucking friendly they are. Like this is a video of Bondzee. Watch this. This is fucking great. Bondzee showing up for like the community feast with all these weirdos. Right? Like, I mean, they just said, "Hey, come on in."
Like, they're great.
I know. Like, that's the thing. Yep. And then this guy took Bondzee on a, what do you call it? A side-by-side ride or an ATV ride?
Yeah.
Razor.
Yeah, side-by-side.
Dude, you got to check this out.
Insane.
I was watching this, and the way you filmed it was fucking awesome because it's almost like a roller coaster ride of death. It's crazy. Watch it.
They live for that shit, dude. They live for it.
To me, that just looks like a pain in the ass, and you're eating bugs tonight. But these guys fucking love it, right? The all-terrain vehicles. And there was points in that video where I'm like, oh, he's dead here. He's gonna die,
dude. We on both sides.
When we
went on that thing, it was like fucking sheer drop off. Like if he fucked up, we're rolling hardcore. He prefaced that trip by, "Hey, if we roll, because there's a good chance, keep your limbs inside the vehicle at all times." It was just like a fucking ride at Wonderland.
I hope he only had. I mean, he looks like a guy that needs about 4 or 5 drinks before he goes, but 6 might be too many.
Yeah, there's you strapped in.
I don't know how many he had, but he'd been drinking whiskey all day, and then the moonshine came out before that ride. I hope my parents aren't watching, but at least I felt safe. We were strapped in hardcore, and even if we did roll these things, his side by side, dude, $70,000 fucking dollars. I'm not kidding. It's got heated seats.
Well,
it's got the crazy.
Now you can understand why they're so upset. I mean, they can only afford 4 or 5 AR-15s each. They can only afford about 10 or 12 handguns, right? And the $70,000 side by side. They are pissed that they can't have 2. Fuck me.
Yeah, and they're angry about $12 chicken, but they've got like a side by side financing deal for $70,000 that lasts for 20 years. Like that's how fucked these guys are. But welcoming. I mean, hey, let's give them credit where credit's due. Locke, this one makes me laugh. You got to watch this. This is a one-on-one tug of war between a man and a woman. Is this you narrating it, Bondzee? Is this you narrating the thing?
No, I didn't film. No, it's not. It's one of the guys I met.
Yeah, watch this.
I gotta see this.
They make the ladies tough down in the United States of America. Watch this. It's fucking.
Let's go, Richard! Let's go, Richard!
God, Dad, you lost to your lady. You lost to your lady in Serio, bro.
That was me, actually. That was me making fun of him. He lost to his wife in a tug of war.
Wow.
Well, did you see his wife? She was twice as big as him. I mean,
the worst part was,
I
don't know I think I sent you the video. I lost to that fucking clown in a thing, but I'd never done tug of war before, and he had it wrapped around his waist. He lost to his wife, so he was angry. I was just wasted on moonshine, and you got to get low and pull in jerks, and I didn't do that. I'd never done it before, and I got embarrassed. I lost twice.
Oh, you were wasted too, right?
That chick watched Squid Game, says James.
They fucking love that moonshine, I'll tell you. It was they'd eat the peaches and everything right out of the jar.
Yucca Flux. Did you guys ever have Yucca Flux when you were a kid?
I don't even know what that is.
That must be a Western thing. So we used to take like a cooler, like literally like just a cooler, and we'd cut up fruit, pineapples, apples, peaches, just whatever's kicking around, whatever we can get our hands on. We lived in BC, so there was always plenty of fruit. We'd chuck it in the bottom of this cooler, and then we would just fill it up with booze, gin, vodka, and then we would just like literally put it in the garage overnight, and when we'd drag it out to a party, we called it Yucca Flux, and you know what? You drink the juice all day, right? Then when you got to the fruit, the fruit would mess you up.
Oh, because the fruit was like just soaked in vodka. Yeah.
But I mean,
they're like alcoholic edibles.
We put everything in there. We just put bottles of booze in, right? There was no conversation about, well, do you think this will mix well? No, we just poured it in and then just drank it.
Yeah.
That's how I grew up.
I think there's a different flavor of moonshine coming out tonight, I've been told. So each night has been a different flavor from what they have.
Well, you know, it's weird because I'm watching. Yeah, he's going to stay there. He's going to turn into one of the fucking desert people, probably. He's going to be a gypsy by the time this fucking thing's over. But I go back to the same thing. Like I'm watching all these people. I clearly disagree with everything they believe and stand for the most part. And then I'm watching them turn this week into the desert into like, you know, each night is a different themed moonshine night. And they all get wasted and they do tug of war and they play like board games and
it's
they fucking
crazy.
sit around
they're losing their freedom.
Yeah. Like it to me, that doesn't look or sound like these guys are being terrorized by the fucking rules of the road.
Yeah.
Right? Like these guys are allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. They're getting shit piled and then going on 2-hour dune buggy rides while they shoot fucking weapons in the desert and take a shit at the side of their fucking RV. Yeah. To me, that screams freedom. Right?
Yeah. You can't argue that fact, but
of course you can. Because it's right, but I still fucking love watching it.
Yeah.
Well,
listen, it was exhilarating being part of this, and I'm sad. I'm sad I didn't come here sooner, and I spent 4 months in that hoity-toity park. I could have been out here yucking it up with the fucking rednecks and having a great old time.
Yeah, you made a huge mistake. You should have been out there. Although I have heard that if you lose tug of war 3 times straight, you get ass raped by the whole campground.
I didn't do it again. Twice was enough for me. I'm like, I've embarrassed myself enough. I lost to the guy who lost to a girl.
Hey, that's the person you want to lose to if ass raping is on the line at the end of it. The girl. She only has fingers.
Yeah.
Or a huge strap on.
Yeah. Maybe she's into the funky shit. Speaking of the funky shit, have you guys listen? And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but did you guys see the picture that Chris Sky put up of his dick on Twitter?
No, I missed this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, this is the leader of God's army. He's out in Edmonton. He's still stumping for money. He put a video out today, and he's like, "No, it's not. It's not the all the way dick." But keep in mind, Chris Sky is like Canada's greatest grifter. He's a piece of shit. He's out in Edmonton, and he's trying to fucking skeeve money from fucking private lenders. He's just garbage.
Can I tell a quick Chris Sky story?
Sure. Yeah. Do you want some quick Chris Sky music? Is that what you'd like? Okay, that's what I figured. Yeah.
Yesterday, I went on and I talked about the family that was in that Vice article. Mm-hmm. I think we referenced it this week as well, where the 2 sisters, they were close, they grew up. The one now in the last year and a half, whatever, has gone full QAnon. She's disappeared.
Yeah, she's drinking bleach. She's given like $200,000 of the family's money to this guy named Brian Poltzman. Yeah.
Yes, negative 48 is what his followers refer to him as. They're still in Dallas. They're waiting for the return of the John F. Kennedy
Jr.
The Kennedy families, all the dead members of the Kennedy family. They're coming back apparently, and they're going to.
By the way, I've seen JFK Senior, JFK's autopsy photos. He's not coming back.
He's not coming back. Anyway, they believe he is. They believe that this was all a ruse to fool the American public. You'll have one of those conversations soon in that park, Bondzee.
It's funny you said that. I asked him last night about QAnon stuff because I haven't seen a lot of. I'm not sure if I've seen it. Maybe one QAnon flag or bumper sticker. But all the people that I have met, I do have to say that they don't put the two together. The Trump QAnon. They're strictly Trump fans. They don't believe in all the QAnon.
Oh, so they're not all
Do
the
they
way
believe
stupid.
that the election was fixed?
I'm going to say yes, they do. I'm not
So they're
sure if
QAnon.
that's exactly a
That's
full
directly
conversation. It might
related
have
to
been in
QAnon.
passing, or I asked a quick question, but
Yeah.
not
if
everybody.
you go far enough down that trail, they'll lead you. They'll lead you to the queue. Anyway, I went on the air and I told the story about this woman. She's in Dallas, lost touch with her family. She siphoned $200,000 out of the family, which is just gone. They can't get her back. She's gone. And they're worried, right?
Mhm.
And it's culty. And I said, listen, we have a version of that in Canada. And I said, I don't have any proof. I just, everything is hearsay. I have a feeling we're going to get some proof sooner than later. But if you have any family members in your life that are going down this rabbit hole, keep them away from Chris Sky. If they start bringing up, I'm going to hang out at a Chris Sky rally on the weekend here in Edmonton, maybe take them out for a cup of coffee and just, try to reel them back in, because it's not going to lead to anything. And we got lit up on text. People, there are
What do you
people
mean? What do you mean you got lit up on text?
We had 3 or 4 people that are like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And yeah, we got the same
Fucking
issues.
crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's crazy, because that's Canada, right? You're talking about it's. But there are
think
people
that he is legit saving everybody's freedoms, and that
no, he's a piece of shit. He's
Yeah.
a piece of fucking human shit.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit with a neck tattoo. That's what he is, and massive fucking teeth and Botox lips, and he's a liar, pathological liar, and he's a grifter. So someone made reference to him having micro penis, like he's been doing all this stuff because he's got a small dick. So what does
Ty.
he do? Yeah, your boy Ty. So what does Chris Sky do a couple of days ago? He posts this picture of him in a change room at a gym that he has since been kicked out of for
With a
taking
boner.
too many pictures in gyms. He then quotes micro penis. Yep. That's why Karima rules and all other lefty females rejected by real men and their entire love to hate me. Then they go play with himself. What he's done is he's posted a selfie that he's taken of himself after going to the gym, and he's clearly got a semi or a chubby, like a partial erection
In a
and
room
he's
full of
got-
men.
in a room full of dudes.
What the fuck is I would be embarrassed to post that picture. Embarrassed. He has no shame. Look at him.
I know. He's
big
such a
ol'
fucking piece of shit. It's awesome. And so now he's got this erection. He's taken a picture of himself shirtless with his erection in his pajama bottoms, and in the background there's a bunch of half naked dudes getting pictures taken. So this was at a gym in Vaughan. He has been kicked out of that gym, went to another gym, got kicked out of that gym. But that wasn't enough for Chris. So people started to fucking make fun of him. What did he do? Doubles down about his dick. He says, this is another tweet right after. That's called my dick, he says. Flaccid and even less full than normal due to my post-workout pump.
Yeah, okay, bud. Post-workout pump. Doesn't that get the blood flowing a lot more and circulating at a faster level where there should be no problem with
I don't know.
the
You guys,
pump?
do you guys get a semi when you're working out? I don't.
Not around other dudes, no. Then there's this
Definitely
other
not.
one. Someone's like, it's you have a boner, and he's like, bro, it's hanging, not pointing, he says. Sorry, my flaccid dick is bigger than your boner. Then he tweets again, you think this is erect? If you get any cock at all, it's a kittle one. I think he means little one. Sorry, I have a good body and a big dick, and that triggered you, he says. This is the leader of God's army, you guys. And he goes on and on and on. It's like, and there were literally 40 different tweets of him trying to tell everybody how big his dick was. That's the week Chris Sky had. That's the guy saving the world from vaccines.
Well, and it's worth mentioning again, if you have anybody in your family that's if you're listening in the Edmonton area and you know somebody that's spending time or feels like they need to join him in his fight to save mankind, just make sure that they're aware that this guy he's not legit. He is taking advantage of people.
So are you, the guy that in this picture that took a picture of his erect penis in a gym full of dudes is not a legitimate freedom fighter out to save the world from vaccinations? Is that what you're saying to me?
So he fluffed himself up to get himself
did.
to.
There's no way
semi-hard
that's
in
just
a-
fucking sitting there. There's no way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He
No, you
have
fucking
to-
had to tug it.
I'd have to
fluff
bang it on the
I
on
would
the
fuck-
wall a
if
bit
I
to
would-
get her.
Listen, I used to work out a lot back in the day. I've been to my fair share of gyms in my lifetime. I have never once thought of doing that, nor have I seen any other fucking dude do that. And if I did, I would be like, yo, I'm in the background here. I don't need to be part of this, you know, and especially like the Chris Skies of the world. I'd be like,
He's gonna get killed.
Yeah, he is.
Someone's gonna. Yeah.
Speaking of death,
Oh.
by the way, please welcome to the program Ryan Lindley from the Sheeple Shepherd podcast, live from ER.
Hi, boys.
How the fuck
We're not
are
gonna
you,
lie,
dude?
Ryan. We are all very worried about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Well, fuck off with how are
Better
we
than you.
doing. I'm wearing a shirt. I'm at home. Lochlin is having his fourth beer.
I'm wearing
He's
a
at
dress.
home. Bondzee's in an RV
I'm on
in
a moonshine
America.
bender with my redneck buddies.
You're
Are
in
you
the
hanging-
hospital.
Are you hanging squid underneath that
Yeah.
pullover?
Oh no, I got my pants on. I'm good.
Oh,
I was
okay.
going to say, all right, let's have a look at it. Let's see
You
it.
want to see it? I'll
Yeah,
show you
bring
my.
it.
I'll show you my Chris Sky gear.
Buddy, brain it. Brain it. Let's have a look. Locke loves that.
So do I.
Yeah, let's watch you shave your nuts while you're in the hospital. Why are you in the hospital, Ryan? I know why you're in the hospital because I talk to you every day because I think the world of you and I'm worried about you. But why are you there?
I appreciate the calls. They're actually they were really good. Yeah, I got sick. I got really sick.
On Saturday.
Well, yeah, that was when it kind of started, right? And I had a cough for like 5 weeks, and then showed up at Dean's house on Saturday night. Almost died on his porch, and yeah, made it home, and then went for an X-ray on Monday. The lungs didn't look too good, and made it to the ER by Wednesday, and yeah, they did some CT scans and stuff and found like a shit ton of clots in my lungs and one in my leg, and they don't know where they're coming from. And so, yeah, so now we're just trying to get it all mitigated and figured out.
My
So-
friends don't have an answer of where that's from, by the way.
Oh, yeah, your friends will tell you it's from the vaccine. Yeah,
The-
for
you
sure.
know, yeah.
Hundo P.
Yeah, because
okay.
they're assholes. But
Yeah.
so you showed up. We were supposed to do Saturday. It was a big day of cooking. Ryan prepped all this stuff. By the way, I just finished the pulled pork. It was delicious.
you.
Ryan made a whole bunch of stuff. We were going to film it. He gets here. I told you last week he had a medical emergency when we started this week, so we couldn't really do it. And by Wednesday, dude's in the hospital with fucking blood clots all over his body.
Yeah.
Now-
yes. Oh, they said I had they said if I would have left it for another 48 hours, it probably would have been toast.
You would have died.
So, yeah.
No fucking way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the first time you've told me that.
I just found that out this morning.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
So thanks for filling me in.
You're welcome.
So, but what's the genesis of this, right? Like you're fully vaccinated. You've been fully vaccinated for a long period of time. Is this just like, have they traced back where this is from? Is this just, bronchial pneumonia gone bad? Like, what's the deal?
There was pneumonia. There's some sort of bronchitis, some sort of chest involvement. I had that pleural effusion going on as well, which is the outer walls of your lungs fill up with fluid. But they don't know. The scans look clear, like for everything else. So blood work is clear. Everything is good. My heart's fine. They can't figure. They've got me on some pretty heavy duty thinners and things like that now. They're monitoring me, like my monitor's like beeping constantly at me, and so making sure my oxygen's okay. All my numbers are getting better as every day goes by. It's just a matter of time. But my problem is I'm stuck in the ER. I'm on a stretcher. I've been on a stretcher since Wednesday. So
Why? Why aren't
Because
you
there's no
They don't
rooms.
have rooms. There's no
rooms.
because of COVID.
Yeah, it's because I'm monitored, right? I have to be monitored, so I'm here. The staff here are amazing, though. Like the staff in this hospital are such awesome. They're like our angels. It's great.
Where you at, Ryan?
I'm at the old Henderson.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
they
Jervinsky.
stayed my dad, so.
Yeah.
So,
That's
what do you
crazy,
say
man.
to? Let me just put this tweet up because or this comment up. Our comment section's going up. What do you say to this guy? who says, quote, blood clots from the vax. And then he says, yep, from the vax. And then he says, I guess that's why they call it the clot shot. And then he says, glad I didn't get the jab, but I'm sorry for the ones who did. What do you say to that, cock?
Well, seeing as I got vaccinated back in like June, it makes no sense. So I'm not even going to entertain
get
it.
blood clots from any kind of a medication.
It happens. It happens within like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So have they talked about, because you can actually get blood clots from it's a very serious side effect of COVID.
That's what that's what they were talking about. They said that all the symptoms and all the things that they saw in my imaging, the ER doctor, when she was super cool. She let me look at all my stuff and she was pointing stuff out to me, and she said that it looked like what it looks like when a COVID patient has severe lung issues with the pleural effusion or effusion, the clotting, and it's a pulmonary embolism. Like it's a double. It's on both lungs. Like it's huge. Like I said, it's massive. Yeah, it's massive. I shouldn't even be here. It's true.
You should be dead.
Yeah. So,
and there's an amazing part about Ryan. So dude's like, for the last few weeks, he's probably been living with these blood clots, running around, acting like everything's fine, just kind of gutting through it. Goes to the doctor. Tell the story about when you went to the doctor the first time. Like, fuck, this is incredible.
I still haven't seen a doctor, like my family doctor. The only doctors that have actually taken care of me are the ones here in the hospital. And my family doctor called on Monday, had to almost beg to get the x-ray. That's when and then still they didn't tell me. I had to pay to get access to the imaging so I could see my own x-rays, and my own x-ray, like the radiologist report. Mm-hmm. And I read in the and I sent it to you, Dean. You saw the excerpt of what was going on. Yeah. And it showed like there was some pretty nasty words in that report. And I know, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to read this shit. So don't go Googling things. So what did I do? I went and Googled it, and I panicked. I'm like, this is crazy. Well, it's a good thing I did. Called the doctors Tuesday, said, did somebody look at this? They said, no, not yet. We'll call you. If there's something, we'll call you. Wednesday, nothing. I'm like, guys, this is getting worse. I can't breathe. No, didn't see anything. Or they haven't looked at it. We'll call the after hours doctor and he'll look at it. Call after 5. So I called the after hours doctor on Wednesday after 5 o'clock. And that guy was great. I called him. I was on the phone with him in 3 minutes. He says, get your ass to the hospital now. And thank God, because I got here, they did my CT scan within like 3 hours, and it lit up like a Christmas tree. And who knows?
Fucking wild. Dude had to beg to get the results.
Right.
And meanwhile, he's a walking time bomb.
Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, that's one thing that has been frustrating me with what's happened with COVID. And listen, because it's not politically correct right now to have a conversation about where we're at with the medical system in this country, right? Because it's buried because of a pandemic. But before the pandemic, there are lots of stories like what Ryan is talking about. You have to be very proactive in your own care.
Yeah, you have to advocate for yourself.
You have to. And I don't know if I think there's some issues with how our system is set up. I'm not complaining. I don't want an American system, but I feel like I felt this for a lot of years, based on what I've gone through personally, that they need to explore some changes. But it's not the time right now to have those conversations, because I think we're a little too quick to a script to send people home with pills. I think that there's some, I've had to fight. It took me. I've had a bump on my hand for 5-6 years now.
It's from extreme masturbation. Yeah, but we've talked about that.
You're married for
jerking
fucking 80
off.
years, dude. Yeah.
Listen,
we'll go away.
It's not from jerking off. Trust me, I asked.
I checked. He
ruled it out. It's
not from jerking off.
We've had some issues with the kids. One day I literally had to start yelling in the doctor's office. My wife finally gave up, and I went. And then I just started yelling at this woman because she was trying to you're going to have to go see another specialist. And I said, fuck that. And the door was open and the waiting room was full, and the woman from the front desk comes running going, sir, you need to calm down. And I'm like, no, we've been dealing with this for 3 fucking years. I want something done now. Before we got home, I had a call, we had an appointment, and we had it dealt with. And you know what I had to do?
Yeah.
They were fucking jerking us around for 2-3 years. And again, it's not politically correct anymore to shit on the medical system, but there's a lot of problems in this country. And I truly believe before this situation, there were problems with wait times for emergency procedures. There was problems for wait times with any kind of medical kind of procedure. And I think, and I've said this out loud countless times on my show over the years, I think they were doing it on purpose because I think the medical community wants a form of privatization in this country. And I think they're trying to force it by making the system work hard.
Shit. Well,
You want to see how bad it is?
Yeah,
Want to see how bad it is? Look, I got to pee in a bucket like a trailer park boy.
You got to pee in that bucket? That's awesome.
No.
Yeah. I'm on strict bed rest. I can't actually leave this area here. I can't walk to the washroom.
Yeah, because they're afraid that you're gonna your
stroke out and die.
Yeah, because he's got blood clots running through his fucking body. Yeah, dude, he can't go anywhere. He's on strict bed rest. He'll be in the hospital for the weekend. So let me just kind of paint the picture, because I've talked to Ryan a few times, and Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, but dude gets sick. He gets pneumonia, develops bronchitis, develops blood clots, gets to the hospital, cannot get a bed.
No.
Cannot get a bed. And before he got to the hospital, he spent 3 days languishing because the doctor's dealing with a whole bunch of other cocks that refuse to get vaccinated, trying to fucking put people in the hospital. Then finally, when he gets to the hospital, because another doctor had to look at it because the healthcare system's so fucking overwhelmed, or maybe this guy's a fucking idiot. I don't know. Probably a little bit of both, it sounds like. But he can't even get a bed. He's in an ER room with a bucket next to him that he has to piss into in a hospital in a first world country.
Yeah.
Have you had to shit in it? Have you had to shit in it?
No, that they'll bring that little wheelie cherry commode thing out here for that. That's some high class shit. Yeah, I haven't had to use that yet.
So they pull you off there, and then you squat and take a dump next to your bed.
Yeah, no, I can get up. Like I can walk. I'm ambulatory, but I just can't. I can't walk down the hallway. That's the problem.
Well, fully winded.
Let's finish getting to the bottom of where you take a dump, because you've been really
beside the bed.
Elusive. Like they'll put a bucket underneath the chair.
They bring a chair in, and you
shit
in a chair
it's like a
with
commode
a
chair.
hole. And
Has anybody been in the room?
I haven't had to do it yet.
You haven't shit since you've been there?
No. Have you ever eaten in a fucking hospital, Dean? You should have seen. Did you not see the DMs? The picture of the chicken I had last night.
Yeah, it
was
looked
fantastic. Yeah, it was a piece of steamed fucking chicken with the painted lines on it.
Man,
it looked like prison food.
Go figure.
You know what you need to do? You need to Facebook Live yourself shitting.
Yeah, you do. On the commode.
I can't even. Yeah, no. I'm. No.
What are you doing to occupy your time, Ryan, without going insane?
I told you, masturbating.
There's nothing to do. There's I got here Wednesday at 5:00 in the afternoon, and I haven't moved.
Yeah.
No handies.
You got an
on a
iPad
stretcher
or something?
Dude, his wife's not even allowed in there for any of that stuff.
Yeah.
No conjugal visits.
I can't see my wife. I haven't seen Ashley. I'm not allowed any visitors at all because it's the ER.
Yeah.
So this is literally the first. I don't know. I can't see the comments on my phone. Is she in there?
Yeah, she's right there. She said thank you because she can see you.
Yeah, that's the first time she's seen my face since I left the house on Wednesday.
Wow. You know that she is just getting high as fuck at home, eating all your favorite food, right?
Puffing those smokes like a champion.
Oh yeah, she's stretched out in the bed, kicking the shit out of the side that you normally.
She's totally winning over the dog. Like that dog is gonna not be my dog anymore when I get home. I know it.
So what's the prognosis? How long are you there for?
They don't know. They it's touch and go. It's could be all weekend, could be tomorrow, could be anything. Who knows? Like it's so weird just because of what's happened. So and the way it's happened, and it's called an unprovoked embolism. So there's no cause for it. So they don't, which is scarier. And usually that means like it could be like normally it happens from an injury or a cancer or something like that. So it's not unheard of, but it's harder to deal with, which means I'm probably going to be on meds for the rest of my life because of it, just in case it happens again, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is another thing. Apparently these meds aren't covered by OHIP. So thankfully I have a drug plan, but apparently they're not covered. So another thing, like you say, Locke, I want to talk about our healthcare system being fucked up. This is one of the reasons. Yeah.
Fucking wild. Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm happy that you're here. Very happy that you didn't die specifically at my place.
Yeah, that would have been awkward, eh?
Not to make this about me, but thank you for not dying at my front porch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
With a fucking peanut butter chocolate pie in your hand.
You know what? And the
Hey,
scary
don't drop
part.
that.
The scary part is that was a very real possibility. Now hindsight being 2020, that was a very fucking real possibility. And,
and you know what? I'll tell you this: you went to the wrong house for like any sympathy too, right? Because you showed up, and I'm like this. Just come sit down and have a pint. You'll be fine. You're like, I can't breathe, and I'm like, just come on in anyway. You'll be fine. Have an orange. Literally, I treated him his pulmonary embolism with oranges, and then tried to get him to smoke some pot, and he's like,
and fizzy water.
And fizzy water. Yeah, I gave him a couple soda waters. That's my doctoring. But that's like, to me, like I do that with my kids. I grew up, and I'm sure Ryan's that way too, even though he's actually far more responsible than me, is that like I've broken ankles, bones, and I've put them back into place and just carried on with my business. And like, I don't know if I've seen a doctor in years. So it's like one of those things where I'm watching Ryan and I'm going, I should probably go get a physical. What's that?
You haven't had the...
No, I haven't had the bum check. No, I haven't had that yet either. No, I'm
no,
only 48. It's supposed to happen when I'm 50.
Go get a workup.
Didn't they?
You
What's
gotta
that?
go.
Go get a workup.
Changed that number down.
No, they
50.
trended it up to 50. They went from 40 to 50. But here's the thing. Now, Ryan, I know you're in the hospital on bed rest with a pulmonary embolism, but I do need to tell you, when it comes to my anal health, my bowel movements have been all world for my entire life. So
I would imagine, but if we were talking about like a bowel embolism, then that would make a lot of sense. But this is everything else. I just mean for general health. I was the same way though. I never went to see doctors for nothing.
Yeah.
But now it's like, holy shit. You know.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever actually been admitted to a hospital overnight.
Really?
And yeah. What a way to start this, eh? Like, holy shit.
My wife lost her dad at 47. He was diagnosed with brain cancer at 46, and
God damn,
one of the healthiest guys I ever met. And and didn't drink, didn't smoke, worked out. The great guy, dead.
Go to the doctor. Did he go to the doctor every year for like a physical? Is that what he did?
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, it happened so long ago. It happened in the 90s, right? Shortly after I met Deb. And so I've always been pretty diligent. I go for my annual checkup. Usually around my birthday, I try to. And I get my blood work up. And that's why I didn't go this year, because I was waiting, because I thought they were going to call me to get my hand fixed, and they never did. And I thought, well, I'll do that, and then I'll go to the doctor. They never did, so I went back to the doctor, and then I got to do the old fit. They'll do the fit test, the shit on a plate thing that I told you about.
Not a plate. You got to put it in a cup. It's not a shitting on a plate.
No, you shit on a paper plate.
No, you shit on a plate. You're not supposed to, but you do it.
The Royal China.
The Dyna Clinic. Here, more than you need, but go crazy.
Locke's picnic gear. Had to pull this out of the basket.
Well, I got
can
good,
I
good
talk
news.
about my shit that I had this morning?
Yeah, just a second. I would love to hear about the turd that you dropped this morning. Lovebird says, "Hey Dean, there's a new test that doesn't require the finger buds. The test done 5 years ago.
Don't
my doctor,
ruin it for him, Lovebird. There's.
What are you
He
doing?
says, I had the test done 5 years ago. My doctor has sausage-sized fingers. Yep, sucked big time.
Yeah, I got a svelte doctor, so I could barely feel it.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I
did
need
you
to get a
have
good
to use that much
proctologist.
lube? Because he threw like a bucket full of lube in there.
Did he
Gotta
spin
find
on
one
his
of them.
hand first? Did he
No,
go?
he didn't spit on his hand. Did the old popped out, and then I was leaking lube for about 2 days.
Oh yeah, dude.
The most awkward when I got it done, the most awkward part of it when I had it done was not any of the fingers or the gloves or anything. It was when
Conversation.
Oh, it was the
before.
cuddling after, wasn't it?
No, it was when I asked, because like, what do you do with your pants, right? So I asked him, where should I put my pants? And he said, put them over there next to mine.
Lindley with jokes in the hospital. Attaboy.
Just set them right down over there next to mine.
Yeah,
he was so sweet.
I
He was
will,
so
Doc,
sweet.
but this feels weird because you've got a hand on each shoulder, but you're still doing the exam.
Is this one of those new automated ones?
Well, listen, I know we've totally turned this with this like life emergency of yours into like a bum joke, but thank you.
I've had a lot of fun.
Buddy, listen, I love you, and I wish you nothing but the best, and I'll call you in the morning.
I love you guys. Yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for the calls, and yeah,
Keep in
I'll
touch,
see you when I get out.
Yeah,
I'll do a
don't worry.
moonshine for you tonight.
Yeah, please, could you kick me out, Dean? I don't know how to do it from here.
Okay, here you go. There you go.
Okay,
You're done.
I got to tell you about the shit I had today.
Oh, please, I would love to hear about this shit.
So
you had today.
I normally I take a dump during the show, but
Jesus Christ.
I do. I always do. I get the cramp and I run, and I'm very efficient. Like, I can take a shit during a Ramones tune. I swear to God. So,
okay, can I explain that for a second? In radio, there are songs that you take a shit to, and songs where it's metaphysically impossible to void before the song's done. Yeah. The Ramones are an internationally recognized non-shit song if you're in radio, because there isn't a Ramones song that's longer than 2:30, right? It's 2 minutes 30 seconds. The shit songs are like Yellow Ledbetter,
Sultans of Swing,
Cult
Firewoman,
Cult Fire. Anything over 5 minutes is like a shit song. So what we would do, and
really
what
cramping up, Meatloaf.
Stairway to Heaven if you're really dying.
Anyway, continue.
Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Some Sabbath. Thank you, Ashley. Oh, Kashmir. Yeah, that's 8 something. Anyway, I had a problem this week, and it's Grant's fault. He did a fake news this week. What was it again that he was talking about? He had a line about, it was about David Suzuki and the fact that we should just ignore David Suzuki. And his suggestion was to put him in the same room with Don Cherry, put a couple of mics in front of them, don't plug them in, and tell them they're doing a podcast. And I laughed so hard that I pulled something in my stomach, and I haven't been shitting in the morning since. Like, that was like Wednesday. And so today, as soon as the show was done, I was like, oh, I ran to the bathroom because I don't like to miss the shit window. Like, when I get the call, I don't like to miss it, because if you don't,
there might not be anything more uncomfortable than that second wave of cramps after you've shut the shit window.
Thank you. You don't want to shut the shit window. I'm a firm believer in, when the door's open, go deal with it. Don't close it.
Let everyone out.
I went in and I had a shit, and it didn't feel like, it was really fast, and it didn't have a lot of, like, it didn't feel like anything happened. So I made sure I didn't, because I wanted to have a look at it. I didn't lean forward, because if I lean too forward, the automatic flusher will go off, right?
Yeah.
So
The
I'm
worst.
trying to wipe my ass and keep my back straight so that I'm not.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm not hitting the automatic flush button. I get up and I have a look at this bad boy, and she is like 18, 20, 22 inches long.
Shut up.
Yes.
No way.
Wrapped right around the whole
Big
fucking
old coiler.
bowl. and it was fucking solid together. No breaks, nothing. But it came flying out of me like nothing was even there. Yeah, it was fucking the size of my arm, Christopher.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Chris wants to know if it was arm's length.
It was arm's
Old arm
length.
coiler.
Not only that, there was hardly anything to wipe. Like it was an easy
Oh, it was a
cleaner.
clean one.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I love those.
I was in and out. Yeah.
South Stands TFC just called you a fucking legend. Ryan's wife is still watching because he's in the hospital, right? So she's like,
Yeah.
Coiler, impressive.
Right around, and
Nice.
then she shot into the middle too.
Oh my God.
It didn't touch. I didn't get a cue, but it
Yeah.
was.
Oh, I love you.
You know, if
God
it
love-
did turn into a queue, though, you know what I would do? If I was you, I would take a picture of it and just send it out to everybody that is involved in QAnon.
Well,
Guys,
I'll
Guys,
tell
I
ya.
think JFK Jr. might be coming out of my toilet any minute now.
I have legitimately thought about putting duct tape on the sensor so that it stops the automatic flush.
Yeah,
Because
see the work you did.
I never get to take pictures of my work shits ever because you don't have time. Like by the time you do your pants up,
Oh, the work. Yeah,
right?
and
I don't
sometimes
have-
you'll be leaning over and you'll give a wipe with the auto flush. You'll lean over, give a wipe, and then
Yeah.
the flush flushes. And the worst part is you're halfway through the wipe and you get the splash from underneath from the
Shrapnel.
auto flush, and you're like, "Fuck!" Now I gotta wipe my nuts. Like it's like this big in
So
your
gross.
cheeks and the inside of your legs, and you're like, "Go fuck yourself, auto
Yeah.
flush."
Yeah, I'm not a huge auto flush fan. I want
No,
to do.
me
I
neither.
want the option of picture taking.
Yeah, me too. You mentioned David Suzuki to start that whole thing because
Yeah.
David Suzuki made you incontinent for the week, right?
Well,
That shit was
Grant
Suzuki's
did.
fault. Well,
Yeah.
it was Suzuki's
it's
fault.
David Suzuki's fault.
Yeah. So David Suzuki is like an octogenarian, maybe a little younger, super old environmentalist who everybody that works for oil and gas fucking hates. Canadian legend. This
thought he was
last week,
dead.
so did I, legitimately. So this last week, I'm sitting on my couch and I'm getting ready to do some work, and all of a sudden I start seeing David Suzuki trending. I'm like, what the fuck's up with David Suzuki? I thought he was dead. I legitimately thought David Suzuki was dead. And to my surprise, not only is he not dead, he appeared at this anti-pipeline rally in British Columbia, which has got everybody up in arms, rightfully so, because the Canadian government wants to steal land from the indigenous population out there. And it's a pipeline. You're going to ruin hills. It's
We're just gonna put the pipeline in.
over
We're
their
not
stuff.
stealing the land.
Okay. Anyway, bottom line is David Suzuki was asked about it, and he was like, I think we should just blow shit up. Here's the
And protesters say the talks fell short. With this funeral for the future, Extinction Rebellion Vancouver Island hopes to bring attention to the climate emergency and are calling on the government to act on it now.
We're in deep, deep doo-doo, and they've been telling us, the leading experts, for over 40 years. This is what we're come to. The next stage after this is there are going to be pipelines blown up if our leaders don't pay attention to what's going on.
We need a declaration of a climate emergency by this NDP government.
Nice flow.
Listen, I'm not defending David Suzuki because that was a stupid fucking comment.
He
But I
apologized
think what
today,
he
by the
was, it was a clip. And if you if you listen to the full part of it, which is what I did, I went back and, as you would say, I went to see what the receipts were, and I listened to the whole thing. He was
You
saying,
look for context.
We're at a point where people are so angry, and they're getting more and more volatile at these demonstrations that the next step might be them blowing up. He didn't say they were going to. He was saying that might be the evolution of these protests.
Well, now
And
I know
again-
that's kind of what he meant, but he did not choose his words carefully,
didn't.
and he left a lot of room for interpretation, which
Exactly.
did make him sound like that old fuck was going to blow up some pipelines on his weekends off.
and the
Like, that's
thing
what I
is,
heard.
The thing that pissed me off about it was then Kenny goes on and he's got to address it. Ignore him.
Yeah.
You're making it worse.
Kenny used it. You know why Kenny fucking spoke about it? Because that was an opportunity for Kenny to get some skin back. That was it. That's like anybody that has a problem with David Suzuki's an asshole. I don't have a problem with David Suzuki. I know exactly what David Suzuki was saying, and to his point,
David Suzuki's a dick.
Yeah, he is a dick. He's an eco dick, but at the same time, I get what he's talking about. Like, let's protect the environment, right? He's just a dick about everything. And he's not nice to people either that talk to him. That much I know. But Suzuki said, quote, "The remarks I made were poorly chosen. I should not have said them in the statement." He said, "Any suggestion that violence is inevitable is wrong and will not lead us to a desperately needed solution to climate crisis. My words were spoken out of extreme frustration, and I apologize." So, like, that's him basically saying, yeah, I said it, and I shouldn't have, but people are pissed. That's what he said. So he's kind of admitting to saying, like, yeah, I might blow some shit up if you guys don't get your stuff together, which I was like, pretty fucking strong words from a guy that can't comb his hair, right? I mean, let's look at it. Does this guy look like he's capable of blowing up a fucking pipeline?
And protesters say the talks fell short. With this funeral for the future, Extinction Rebellion Vancouver Island hopes to bring attention to the climate emergency and are calling on the government to act on it now.
We're in deep, deep doo-doo, and they've been telling us, the leading experts.
Like, seriously.
No.
Do you see his hair? The guy can't fucking comb his hair. Do you think he's going to be able to plant some C4 on a pipeline up in northern Ontario or Alberta or BC? No. So that was my thing. And like, I'm watching everybody grandstand on the back of this old guy who's clearly just came out of the woods without a comb.
Well,
and
he
looks like, he's dangerous.
He looks like the doc from fucking Back to the Future.
Yeah. No, you know what he looks like? He looks like the guy that gets the job at the grocery store to help you take your bags to the car. Right, because he's got a lot of time on his hands. Right, he looks like a Walmart greeter.
He really does. Like, this guy, like, you might hate him, but he's not a terrorist. Look,
The leading expert.
look at him. Dude's not.
He's always
look at him.
You know what? He's
that
looked
guy?
that old for 40 years too. Back in the 80s, he looked
like
that
Yoko Ono.
old.
What's that, Bondzarelli?
It looks like Yoko Ono with a goatee. Sorry. It does. That's what I see. Yoko Ono with a goatee.
It's just they're both Japanese. That's it's probably racist at some point.
You know what? Listen, we're fucking our planet. We totally are.
Yeah.
But the problem I have with the pipeline conversation is, all right, let's put it on trains. And then we have fucking train derailments every
Well, do you remember
6 months.
that train derailment in Quebec that like wiped out an entire town a few years ago?
Yeah.
Do you remember that with all
And
the
guess
oil?
what was
They're
on
like,
that? Oil and gas and coal. There's fucking coal on that fucking
I
train.
know.
What's the alternative? Right? Like, we're not we treat
I don't know.
our oceans like fucking toilets. I mean, we're all part of the problem. Everyone needs to know that. I mean, and we can be mad at Greta. You can be unnecessarily angry at David Suzuki. The bottom line is we're fucking this planet. We really are. And something needs to be done. And is
But dude, I have to look
is
at
David Suzuki gonna fucking save us? No. India, China, some of the largest countries in the world are fucking polluting our country, our world like crazy. And we're sitting here having a conversation about giving Jimmy more money every month on his check, a carbon refund, and we're fighting over how much money we're going to pay at the pumps.
And we're taking plastic straws out of McDonald's. And I don't know if you guys have ever used a paper straw before, but those paper straws can fuck right off.
Yeah, they can. I agree.
Seriously.
100% with that.
Well, not only that.
If I get a paper straw, I will just hand the entire meal back and go, fuck you and your paper straws. Go get me a plastic one, because I am not drinking this drink after I eat that delicious burger with a paper straw, watching all the paper just disintegrate in my mouth. Like, that's and there was a study done where it's like plastic straws contribute to like 0 of the world's pollution when it comes to plastics, like when it comes to actual pollution. Plastic straws are like 0.0000004%.
That's part of
and
the
there
problem,
I am
though.
drinking my fucking Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Coke from McDonald's, and I'm drinking it through a shitty paper straw, and I'm like, fuck. Meanwhile, there are chemical companies just plowing fucking shit into the atmosphere, and they're like,
exactly.
You cannot drink with a fucking plastic straw. You can go fuck yourself, because I bring my plastic straw with me everywhere I go now. Did you know that?
Well, have you guys been to? Do you guys go to Booster Juice?
Yes, all the time.
Okay,
I love Booster
so
Juice.
they have a biodegradable straw that is not plastic. That if you take it home and jam it in a planter box, it'll take a couple years, but it'll completely disintegrate and cause no pollution.
Yeah.
Why aren't we using those?
Because they got to deal with the paper guy, and the McDonald's guy knows the paper guy at this place.
Exactly.
And paper straws.
There's so much fucking bullshit in the world that we live in, and we sit here and have arguments about plastic straws. Like, it's crazy. We got guys lining. They don't even know why. I mean, their buddy probably dragged them out to some protest about pipelines. And really, is that you like chaining yourself to a tree to stop a pipeline? How much of an impact are you having in the world that we're living in? Go home and recycle, you tool.
Yeah.
And fucking do and save up for a fucking electric car.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe
do something in your own life instead of ruining other people's lives.
Figure it out yourself, right?
Well, from what I've heard down here, there's going to be a lot less trucks on the road, so that might help with some of the pollution. I got told last night by one of the guys that Biden just made it mandatory for all truckers to have the vaccine if you're going to cross state lines. So apparently 30 to 40% of truckers, from what I think that was the number he told me, are walking off the job. And so now there's container ships in California backed up down the fucking ocean way because they got no trucks to come and take this goods across the states now.
That's been an issue. The supply chain issue on the West Coast in California has been a massive problem for the last couple of years.
Has it? Yeah.
This isn't a new thing, and it's just going to get worse.
Yeah. But
and guess what else is going to make it worse?
Point taken.
The weather from the fucking climate change issues worse. That's part of the reason why it's ball sweating hot where you are right now has to do with climate change, Bondzee.
Yeah.
The reason why we got a month's worth of rain in 2 days in Vancouver and it flooded half of the lower mainland. Do you think that has anything to do with climate change? Quite possibly. Yes. Anyway,
if I may, this is the first time in this entire trip I've had jeans on. First time the entire trip. Jeans. Last night I had a pullover on, long sleeve shirt with a hoodie with a windbreaker. It was fucking freezing out here the past couple nights.
So you had jeans, a shirt, a sweater, and a windbreaker. Is the windbreaker cousin to the windbreaker, or is it?
Did I say windowbreaker? Windowbreaker?
Yeah, windbreaker.
No, I meant windbreaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
a K-way, you just K-way.
Isn't that normal though? That's typical for desert, right? To get cold at night like
this
that.
Time of year, yeah. Where I was in the desert in LA, Palm Desert, not so much. It was still balls hot there at night. But we're at the season now where their winter. It's still hot as hell in the day. Like right now, it's hot outside.
Cold as fuck at night, though.
Oh, I can't believe that the fucking change. Once that sun goes, boom, man, it's
Gandhi.
And this is a lot colder to these people. Like this is their winter weather coming here now. So,
can I end the podcast today with something for you, Lochlin? I got a gift for you.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice present. I saved it for the end on purpose. The Island Boys played their first live show in Miami at a place called Club Live. I have a clip from it. Would you like to watch it?
I would like to watch this clip.
I can't wait.
These are the Island Boys finishing off the podcast today. We'll come back and wrap it up. Doing their very first podcast. These are the two idiots that, Island Boys, those guys. Yeah. First live show. It lasted 30 seconds. Here's the clip.
Trying to make it on my island boy. I put my vest down, yeah. Hey, I'm an island boy. I'm an island boy. I'ma keep it like it's all I want. Tell the boy better keep that going. I'ma do it while I'm staring at the sun. I've been really at the fool gazing and the pool where I'm staying. I'll pull it like a super saiyan. Trying to be the greatest, like trying to be the finest. Yeah, I'm an island boy.
They boot him off. I love it.
I hate that fucking song so much.
It's over.
It was just
Thank
getting
God.
started. It was just getting started.
Well,
I was excited for the Island Boy takeover.
they'll
They do
milk-
their first live show and they get fucking booed off stage.
They'll milk it.
I bet
So-
they regret that decision.
You know,
at this
Grant reminded me because we had a. It's not a bar. It's a different name now. It's still around, but they used to do this all the time. They used to bring in these these internet stars, right? Like they would bring these people in and tell everybody that they're going to be at the bar, they're going to be at the ranch on Friday night, and so idiots like this, and it started with the Jersey Group. What's that TV show about the Jersey
Jersey Shore?
Jersey Shore. Like they would bring cast members from from that show to the bar, and it would be like Snooki's here on Saturday night. And then over the years now, you get the guy that, you know, F him in the pussy. That guy with the hoodie would be at the bar, and they'd sell tickets, and people would pay to take pictures. This is them. That's what's going to happen with these kids.
Oh yeah,
they're going to get the bar circuit, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
Or maybe what they'll do is at some point add some background vocals, maybe an instrument, maybe even a backing track.
I don't know if they're going to get to sing in many more establishments after this.
They should have just stayed on the social media circuit.
Well, they
live.
should just be in the bar drinking with people. Don't let them perform.
Or just at home doing like Xanax by themselves and not turning on their fucking phones and recording each other and putting it on social media. That's what they should be doing because this is what we get when they're fucking awake.
Snort Xanax. Can you snort Xanax? Why not?
You can snort anything as long as you can crush it up, bud.
Yeah, you can. Anyone knows that. Duh. But these guys, and I felt sorry for these guys because they're just a couple kids and they're posers and stuff, but they got brand new vests for that show and they got booed off stage within 30 seconds. Listen to everybody like, get the fuck off the stage. You're that one guy. He's like, get the fuck off the stage.
Oh, that just
anyway, I did that for you. I thought you would appreciate that going into your weekend.
Yeah,
that it's over. The Island Boys are done already.
They're done. It's finished.
Anyway, thanks,
Sign
guys.
Off.
Appreciate you doing this.
Sign off, Island Boys.
Sign off for us too.
A lot of fun.
Bondzee, great job. Enjoy American Thanksgiving. Go in and have the peach moonshine or the fucking apple moonshine.
I don't know what
you're having
flavors tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't ask what's up next, but every night's a new flavor of moonshine.
Blueberry.
So we'll see. We got taco night and we got chicken wing night. So I'm pretty stoked.
Well, you should be good. That ticker of yours, that heart condition you have, that should fucking really give your heart a run for your money tonight. So good for you.
That's why it's my last night, and then we got to shut her down. I had this conversation with my new buddy this morning, Sean, and I am worried about it. I get some pains here still, and I know my stress level's elevated. I know my ticker is elevated, but I do got my medication. I have my medication.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You're welcome.
And so we'll see. Listen, I'm coming home soon. I'll be in Canada within the next week or two.
Yeah.
And we'll go see a doctor and we'll see what's up with old Bondzee.
All right, buddy. All right.
I have offered for him to stay when I'm away and at the house and I mean it. Like if you want a place, you can crash here, buddy, for a couple weeks.
Casa de
Yeah,
Lock.
you're good
and
to
then
come
we'll
here
go
too.
see a doctor. Yeah.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys. I appreciate the love. You guys are the best.
We love you, man. That's what we do. We support each other. Appreciate you.
All the
Bondzee,
best to Ryan too. Sorry.
He'll be fine. I already asked him because he left this thing for cooking here. It's called a sous vide instrument. It like heats up your meat in a pot of water.
Yeah.
It's a long story. And I'm like, I see, he goes, I got blood clots. I sent him a text. I'm like, okay, seriously, if you die, can I have this thing? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Is it that good?
So, yeah, it's awesome. Well, I'm going to go use it right now. Anyway.
I get Army Chris's truck when he dies.
Oh, that'll be in like a week and a half. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. At Lochlin Cross on Twitter is where you can find him. Host of the morning show, 95.7 Cruise FM in Edmonton. Check him out anytime online and enjoy a morning show that actually is good. Lochlin Cross, ladies and gentlemen. Bondzee, Tripping with Bondzee's podcast. You can get him on YouTube. Also, Bondzee Live on Twitter. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate both of you being here. Have a great weekend.
Peter.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. We'll see you guys Monday.
Talk to
Bondzee
you
Live
soon.
tonight.
All right.
See you later.
Bondzee Live tonight at Bondzee Live on Twitter. Oh, just pop back in. Something else you want to add? Something else you want to add, Bonds? No? You're done? No, never mind. He's done now. What he was doing back. Anyway, he's back. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for being part of the show. Coming up next, our new NFL blogger, Ray Roth, is going to go through the entire fucking Thanksgiving Day NFL slate. He's going to get to that coming up right here at It's Dean Blundell, and dblundell.net is where you can find that. Both those Twitter accounts, and, of course, our YouTube feed, which is Dean Blundell Show on YouTube, and Twitch as well, Dean Blundell TV on Twitch. But have a wonderful day and a great weekend. Thanks to our friends and sponsored at edsfineimports.com. They've got Gitch. Order from Ed right now, Black Friday sale, 80% off a bunch of stuff. Again, 80% off clothing for men and boys. He'll send it all to you as well. Go to edsfineimports.com and check it out. And get us Gitch too. Gitch3 is your promo code. It'll send you a free pair of underwear. Gitch3, the best underwear on the planet. Canadian-made boxer briefs, pouch at the front. Can't miss. All home runs. No singles. Thanks to our friends at Domination. Domination.com is for people that produce content. If you have one file, you can turn one file of content into like 72 pieces in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, everybody. 5 minutes. Get in touch with them by going to dmntn.com and trying them out today for free. And then you'll be hooked like we are. We use them all the time. dmntn.com, domination.com. And our friends at Easy Auto Financial make it easy for you to get into a car. They also make it easy for you to get financing. How's your credit? I don't think they ask that question. They just make sure that you get a car. It's what they do. Subprime, great credit, doesn't matter. They make it so easy for you to walk in, no obligation, doesn't cost you a dime to get financing in the car you want. Go to easyautofinancial.ca today. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ashley. She says, thanks for letting me see my husband's face. You're very welcome. Thanks to Howard, Corey, Ashley, Stoney, Lovebird, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for being part of the program today. Really appreciate it. Sign up for a newsletter at deanblundell.com. Have a wonderful day. Great weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye.